And welcome to our latest edition of Cats Chats here in the Missouri Valley Conference. I'm Andy Katz. Pleased to be joined by Dan Muller from Illinois State. And Dan, you guys, yes, I know you've lost 4 in a row, but they've been kind of some crazy games, especially that Missouri State game. But yet you're only 2 games out of first place. That's how wild this Missouri Valley has been with 4 games left. Everyone is still alive, essentially. How do you assess where your team is at despite this mini slump?
Yeah, we've had a crazy year. We've had 2 last second half court losses in conference. We can say we're 2 games out, but so can basically the entire league, right now. My whole thing right now, Andy, is we need to play better basketball. I mean, that's really it. Most teams in our league have hit a tough stretch, whether it's Valpo 4 games, early from Missouri State, Bradley early, Northern Iowa in the middle. We've kind of had a roller coaster season. Right now, we're just trying to kind of dig out of that low. And, if we can play well against Indiana State on Wednesday and then finish out strong, I'll be feeling good about St. Louis. But I do know this, in my 7 years here, and before that probably, no team has won the tournament unless they went into the tournament playing well. So it's not like you can just turn it on for the weekend. So our whole focus right now is playing better basketball.
All right, so to do that, what do you need to do?
We need to do a lot of things. Well, some nights, we beat Loyola, and then we really played terrible against Valpo, and we had that crazy loss at Missouri State. In the last 2 games, we've played okay. We've just played very good teams playing well, Northern Iowa and Bradley. We finally played a little better defense against Bradley. Our defense really took a dip after the Loyola game. We were playing great defensively, and we just kind of let up, which was an issue for us early in the season. And then our 2 guards aren't shooting it very well. Evans and Copeland have struggled from the 3-point line in the last few games. It's hurt us a little bit, but the main thing is our defensive intensity. This team has taken longer than most of my teams to buy into the defensive end. And again, when we were playing well, we were really guarding. We got to get back to that.
I've been following you on Twitter, and one thing that you have not criticized constructively or whatever has been the effort. It clearly is showing that you guys are putting forth the effort, but the execution, the results have not been there. So take me behind the scenes in practice. What are you seeing effort-wise that is translating, yet execution is not?
Yeah, and really our attitudes have never been bad. As a coach, there's 3 things that you never want to coach, right? Effort, concentration / focus, and attitude. Attitude has not been an issue. I love my guys. I do. They're good dudes. They're fun to coach. We have had a little bit of fluctuation in effort, especially on the defensive end. Some of that was relaxing, getting comfortable. Some of that is we're not making shots certain nights. And our focus has been a little bit up and down also. Now, we've also had a lot of injuries. We've got 3 guys out right now, hoping to get 2 back before the conference tournament. But that has been a part of it too. But it's really, like I said, Andy, I think it's as simple as our commitment to the defensive end. Now, I think that every year, this time of year, most of my teams are really guarding by now. This team, which is kind of interesting, with 5 of the same guys that played last year and were really guarding this time of year, we just haven't bought in. And I think we will. I hope we will. I've done a poor job with it, without a doubt. It's my responsibility. But we've had some effort issues on the defensive end. We've had some discipline issues on the defensive end.
Dan, when you lose a game the way you guys lost, 2 buzzer beaters like that, not just once but twice.
Yeah.
What do you do in that locker room to make sure that loss, the manner in which you lose the game, does not become another loss or another loss? How did you handle those immediate moments?
Well, the Valpo game was our first game of the conference season, and we played really well. We had a commanding lead, had some turnovers in the end, and then lost in that crazy shot. We drove back home, and we just knocked it out. Right when we got back home, we watched the video. I wanted them to see it. I wanted to get past it. And my guys did an unbelievable job moving on after that. And we won 4 out of 5, and we played really good basketball. The Missouri State one was harder because it was the second time. I'm sure most people have seen it. I don't think that's ever happened in the history of basketball with the scramble, right? And then again, the second time in 12 games in conference. So we tried to do the same thing, come back. We actually watched the film. We had a flight delay because of travel, because of weather. So actually watch the film on the bus, kind of get it out of the way, talk about it. But that one certainly had more carryover confidence-wise. Not attitude or effort as much, but just confidence. And I could see that in Northern Iowa. I could see it against Bradley. That one took a toll on us. Now, you can't do anything about it, right? So we got to snap out of that and move on to the next play. But I will tell you, looking back, that second one hurt us more than the first one. It's been harder to get it back.
Well, Dan, you got 4 games left. You certainly have the talent to be right in that mix. We know that this league is jumbled. We saw what happened last year if you get hot with Loyola. Who knows what will happen in St. Louis. Yeah. Good luck the rest of the way. I hope you guys can flip that switch and certainly be the thick of it in St. Louis.
Andy, thanks. You do a great job with these. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan.